about my rowing class. All right. Come on in. Welcome, everyone. I'm Josh Baer, and want to welcome you all to Capital Factory for this announcement. We are so honored and privileged to have Secretary Fanning here, as well as the rest of his staff for the announcement today. Capital Factory, as many of you know, is the center of gravity for entrepreneurs here in Austin. We have 55,000 square feet right here in the middle of downtown, and all day long, all that happens is entrepreneurs come here to meet and connect and hopefully meet someone who's going to change their life. Meet a co-founder, meet their first investor, meet a customer, and in another way, it's a way that we help connect elected officials and the government with startups and entrepreneurship and innovation. And we love serving that role, being a place where we can help connect our elected officials and appointed officials with the startup community here in Austin. So this couldn't be a better example of that. So very honored to introduce Secretary Fanning, where he's going to talk about some exciting new initiatives that they have with Hack the Army.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Here, saving some of my podium space. Thank you very much for having me here today. I'm very excited to be here. Very excited to be out of Washington for many reasons. But we've been looking forward to this for a very long time. We are here today to do something very unusual for a military service, and that is to ask you to hack us, to hack the Army. I've often said that we need to break down barriers between the Army and some of our nation's most innovative communities. Here in Austin, we're doing just that. The Army is reaching out directly to a group of technologists and researchers who trade in figuring out how to break into computer networks they're not supposed to. People we might normally have avoided, and much of the department still does, actually. We're not just meeting them face to face, we're challenging them. This is what's valuable to us. Take your best shot, bring it on. It's no secret that the military is under constant cyber attack, and we have a team of dedicated soldiers and contractors who spend every day trying to keep our information safe and secure and defend our networks. So you can imagine the reaction in the Pentagon a few months back when Chris Lynch, a technology veteran who leads our Defense Digital Service, pitched the idea of not only allowing hackers in, but also offering them cash to find vulnerabilities. They called it Hack the Pentagon. What Hack the Pentagon validated is that there are large numbers of technologists and innovators who want to make a contribution to our nation's security, but lack an avenue to do so. These initiatives, known as bug bounties, offer a means for innovative citizens, patriots, to help contribute to our mission. Usually we describe hackers as wearing black hats, the bad guys, or white hats, the good guys. And we know that even as we speak, right this very moment, there are black hats trying to challenge our networks. But we're gaining a better appreciation today of how many white hats there are who can help make the Army's digital systems more secure. By offering white hackers an avenue for reporting vulnerabilities and gaps, we'll do more than strengthen our digital security for the short term. We'll build trust and relationships for the long term. With Hack the Army, I am also committed to taking Hack the Pentagon, the federal government's first bug bounty, several steps further. While the websites and computer databases we're inviting hackers to test won't be publicly released until our partner, HackerOne, invites a group of hackers to the bug bounty later this month, each of these sites is essential to our day-to-day recruiting mission. While Hack the Pentagon focused on static websites, Hack the Army will be composed of dynamic content and mission-critical websites that we rely on to recruit the best fighting forces in the country. These assets have deep ties to the Army's core operations. As Secretary of the Army, the security of these foundational systems is incredibly important to me. And security is everyone's responsibility. Our country is home to some of the best researchers in the world, and Hack the Army will give rise to an invisible force of talented skill to help protect our nation's most valuable assets, our people. We need as many eyes and perspectives on our problem sets as possible, and that's especially true when it comes to securing the Army's pipeline to recruiting our soldiers. And I'm also happy today to announce a change that was just secured last night that makes Hack the Army different than Hack the Pentagon. And I want to thank the Defense Digital Services for being so persistent in pursuing this change and being able to work with the army of lawyers that often keeps us from doing things. But we have secured approval, legal approval, to open this up to active duty military personnel, reservists and guard as well, and civilians, government civilians. They'll have to register and vet in the same way, but they weren't allowed to participate in Hack the Pentagon. And that's government-wide, not just the Pentagon. We have a number of people inside the military, inside the government, who want to participate as a way of contributing to this important mission and also honing their own skills. So another important and exciting difference for us. I want to thank the team of technologists at Defense Digital Services who are partnering with the Army on this effort. Today is also, as many of you know, Veterans Day, hopefully all of you know. And I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the real advances that DDS has already helped inaugurate, particularly improving data sharing between DoD and Veterans Affairs to make sure our veterans get access to the benefits they've earned. I also want to thank Capital Factory for bringing together this collection of technologists and entrepreneurs on Veterans Day. I am happy to see and hear that the veteran entrepreneur ecosystem in Austin is strong and growing. Thanks in part to the efforts of Craig Cummings, Joseph Kopser, and Jonathan Watzwitz, and others. Congratulations, Craig, on being named the new Director of Veterans Affairs at Capital Factory. Joseph and Jonathan, thanks to both of you for helping Austin veterans pursue their entrepreneurial passions at Bunker Labs. I met with the veteran entrepreneurs Marcus Casey and Eric Frey earlier, and it is clear that veterans are helping to drive innovation for our nation. To the many others with us today, I hope you hear this challenge and will participate in Hack the Army. What I can assure you is that today's Army is committed to pushing the envelope and breaking down barriers. We stand ready to innovate, learn from failure, and recalibrate to win. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to take some questions.
Hi, Elizabeth Staub with Fox 7 from Austin. Can you just, for our viewers at home, tell the folks that might not be in tech why an initiative like this is so important for you all to partner with the private sector?
It's important for a number of reasons. We are looking in the larger sense for more opportunities to break down barriers to doing business with the Department of Defense. We recognize we can't continue to do business the way that we are, and that we're not agile enough to keep up with a number of things that are happening in the tech world and in other places outside of the Department of Defense. So in the larger sense, we're looking for new ways of doing business. This specifically is important because there are people all over the world trying to get access to our sites, our data, our information. We have very well-trained, incredibly capable teams in the military, in the Department of Defense, but it's not enough. It's not enough bandwidth for what we need to do to protect those systems. And the more different sets of eyes, different teams with different experiences, backgrounds, ways of approaching things, ways of looking at things that we can bring to this problem, the more secure we're going to feel about our information.
Secretary, this program, you mentioned recruitment. Is that specifically kind of where this will focus most, or are there other areas where this will work as well?
It's going to primarily focus on recruitment. And look, if we keep getting this right, we're going to keep wanting to do more of it. The difference here with recruitment, as we said, this is dynamic content. This is where we're gathering personal information from people who want to join the Army and people who are in the Army. And we want to make sure that we have that information is secure and we're protecting that personal information as much as possible.
I also wanted to touch on, obviously we just had a national election. For you personally, do you have any plans set for the future, and also are there any messages that you want to pass along to the incoming administration?
Well, I'll take the second half first and say that any messages we give to the incoming administration will be private and they can share them as they wish. We are dedicated to a very smooth transition across government, but nowhere is that more important than the Department of Defense. It has to be seamless, and everybody who's there, no matter what they feel about Tuesday, is dedicated to making sure that the new team has what it needs to succeed, and that there's no gap or seam at any point during this transition. As for my, what this means for me personally, I am an appointee of this president, President Obama's, which means I will be submitting my letter of resignation, and if I have my plans right, we'll be in some warm beach on January 21st for an extended period of time. I've been in this administration from the start. 8 years is I'm tired and ready for a break. So. That was easy. All right, thank you very much. Thanks for coming out today.
Oh man, I will be very hardcore army and very hard to get. That's right. That's right.
With that in the background, you only like in front of you. Yeah.
Gonna step in his thing a little bit.
Chris, if you can jump over the boss, you know, right together.
Gotcha. I don't like talking.
Hey, I'm the guy. Yeah.
On three. 1, 2, 3. One more.
That's right. Josh, it's ringing. So you doing it? One more. Good. Lobo, you were up. Good to see you. Somebody said
and actually getting a great respect. Yeah, no, same here. So I split some of my money to bring money in and investment and startups. It's good to meet you. I was. What happened? Sorry. I couldn't get that one. Okay, good.
Officially there, they're staying neutral. But we can probably discuss how that was making I can tell you that I'm not thinking about it enough. Yes, they're starting to guys figure it out. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm backing up to figure this
Every time I say that, that's what we're talking about. Why over here, far right.
Wow, jeez. It's heavier than that line. Yeah, I'm gonna keep blind. Top of the bag, yeah.
Send your sample to me.
How you doing? Good to see you. You guys going over tonight? Okay. We're going to show up a little late. Hope everybody likes our time. Where's this book festival? Turned out to be more fun. It's really gone to, just, I guess it was a mix of people. And then she won gala tickets to the night at the library. So it'll probably be super fun time. It's at the W, it's got to be fun. We're going to have that for an hour or two and then come over.
You guys remember being
Yeah.
I'm a tequila guy.
Baron said it would all agree with next week. Really well. I think it's addictive. I can't wait to hear it speak.
Well,
Those are good.
I was interested. I enjoyed it. I didn't know if they said, hey, we want you to stay on. It doesn't sound like it's an option.
I wouldn't know how political decisions are. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that one would be, right?
It says it right in his bio. It's like right on the side.
I just like it's 40.
Yeah, I think 45.
Retirement's not too bad. Good to see you. We'll see you there tonight. Yeah. We've got someone invited to go back to traffic.
When I detect it, I don't leave them alone. I give them a solution. Look at what's going I'm using my brain. My son, it's what I want to Apple and my Tesla. I know how to make St. Joseph from Calais. Yeah.
You're really alive. Mike was a jog. Let's talk about it. I think we can put it out because that's the biggest we would need to so it has to be out. That's ridiculous. Make it and to serve well. I don't know what that show you later.
All right, let's get on back.
Are you doing one? How's that work? What's that? Oh, I see. Advisor. Oh, I see. We were going to present our, we're kind of rolling out a new professional concept. That's kind of how I came.